My News 26 and CCTV. It's high school basketball. Coming to you tonight from Cadillac High School.
And welcome back to Cadillac High School. 48-29, your final as the Cadillac Vikings defeat the Gaylord Blue Devils in boys Big North basketball action. Jay Simon and Kevin Gregory with you. Well, the Vikings, after opening with 3 straight wins, lost 6 in a row, but now they've won 3 in a row. And this one, a repeat over the Blue Devils, and in pretty impressive fashion as they led this one from the beginning, overcame a mini Blue Devil run early in the third quarter, and just really were never in danger in this one.
Yeah, they got out to that quick start. I think it was 11-2, 11-4, something like that in the first quarter, and kind of just controlled the tempo the whole game. I just was really impressed with, again, the defensive effort and all around just aggressiveness that they showed on both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what they're going to have to do, as I mentioned the last game, to have the kind of success they're going to want to have this year, to battle on the boards being undersized and to get 2 and 3 shot opportunities on the offensive end and limit the other team to one shot. And they did a good job with that against Gaylord's size tonight. Really didn't allow them to beat them up on the interior. Just
a real good game from an intensity standpoint for these Vikings. We know they've got talent. They've got a number of sophomores around the varsity last year, that kids that can get to the rack, that can shoot when they're open. One of the things we talked about last year with Quinn Crago was the offense. And I don't want to sound like a criticism of Benzenberg. You had Quinn Crago. Crago was a great interior post player, and so they looked to get him the ball a lot. And it seemed like a lot of those outside kids were afraid to shoot the ball or a little unwilling to shoot the ball. And now this year, without that real strong post presence, they're just doing a really good job of distributing. It's a frenetic pace, but it's a controlled frenetic pace, if that's not an oxymoron. And it's been fun to watch these last few games.
Yeah, it has. And it seems like they have a lot of interchangeable parts besides Kahani and besides Tip Baker. But it seems like everyone else kind of has the same look to them, the same 6-foot, lengthy, athletic type body, and they're just playing to their strengths. They're getting out and they're, crashing boards, and they're finishing at the rim, and I think they had 3 3-pointers tonight, Tip Baker, and 2 by Keegan Brooks. And if Cadillac can hit 3 to 5 3-pointers a game, doesn't sound like a lot, 3 doesn't, but that extra 9 points, that's huge.
Yeah, that did a nice job of shooting tonight. Keegan Brooks had both of those 3-pointers in the third quarter when the Vikings outscored the Blue Devils 15-10 to extend their lead. As mentioned, just never really threatened in this one. Meanwhile, you look at the Gaylord Blue Devils, like I said, I got a little bit of a man crush on Blake Charbonneau. That sophomore, he's got elevation. He's not afraid to go at the rim. Just couldn't buy a bucket tonight, and it wasn't just Charbonneau. I mean, there were a number of Blue Devils. They got a lot of really nice looks, especially on breakouts where they really never let the ball touch the floor, a lot of passing back and forth. Just couldn't finish tonight.
With 3 minutes to go, I believe 2:28 to go is a 12-point game. That's 6 layups. Do you think they missed more than 6 layups today? I mean, if you make half of your missed layups in that game, the complexion of that game is completely different.
Yeah, I can't disagree at all. And credit the Vikings, their defense obviously has something to do with that, but there were a lot of good looks that, I don't know how many times. If I had a nickel for every time I said in and out, I wouldn't need to be paid to do this. For the Blue Devils, they were led by Drew Neff, who finishes with 6 points. And they got 9 players into the books tonight, as Cade Coonrod finishes with 5, Nick Rowley with 4, Jordan Gopinski finishes with 3, hit a 3-pointer in that fourth quarter, Jared Landry with 3, and then Justin Grish, Blake Charbonneau, and Charlie May all with 2 points apiece. Charlie May, we didn't mention his name in the second half. I know he got into a little foul trouble, but I don't know if there was an injury situation there or what that might have been. We didn't see him much in that second half. The real problem for the Blue Devils as well, 4 of 15 from the line on the night, so they struggled from the charity stripe.
Yeah, when you start talking about the layups that we've mentioned all game longs, and you start talking about 4 for 15 from the free throw line, that's a big deal. A lot of missed opportunities left out there for you. Got to hit the easy ones.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, Keegan Brooks leads the way with 14 points. Clayton McCarthy finishes with 12. That might be the quietest 12 points you'll ever see, as I'm betting all 6 of those buckets on putbacks underneath the basket. Cooper Benson finishes with 8. He had all 8 in that first quarter. Flurry at 8 of their first 10 or 11 points, and then didn't score again, but a nice job of taking care of the basketball.
Because you were talking about his shoes too much. You took the power away from him. You
got
to let it sit. You can't call it out.
It could be. Tip Baker finishes with 7, including that 3. Jacob Kahani, Vinny Genema, and Tanner Cochran all finishing with a bucket apiece. Cale Mickelson goes 1 of 2 from the line to finish with a point. The Vikings just 5 of 13 from the line. I forget. I think it was was it the girls' game, Cadillac Petoskey, or the boys' game, Cadillac Petoskey? We were so impressed with their free throw shooting. I want to say it was the boys' Cadillac Petoskey.
I don't remember.
We were so impressed with their free throw shooting. Tonight, not quite the same. 9 of 34 from the line combined by these two teams. Might be some extra free throw shooting going on at practice tomorrow. But a well-played game, a hard-fought game. And as mentioned, the Vikings move to 6-6 on the season. The Blue Devils fall to 2-8. And for Cadillac, they will take on Kalkaska here at home. And then on February 3rd, they will welcome Alpena before going on the road to TC Central on February 9th. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils host Alpena on January 30th. They're at Charlevoix on February 1st in non-conference action before hosting Petoskey on February 3rd. So as we mentioned last time, the Big North really kind of wide open. Petoskey was unbeaten. I'm not sure if they still are when they were before. Well, no, it was Cadillac play Petoskey. Did we have them on this broadcast?
Yeah, yeah. We had that already.
Yep. Yeah, so obviously they're not unbeaten anymore.
Right.
Cadillac no more than a game behind the Northmen. So the Big North is getting tight. All that to say, the Big North is getting tight, and this is a big win at home, protecting home court for the Vikings.
Definitely got to protect home court, and you mentioned Alpena, and you said you got to welcome Alpena. You always welcome Alpena, because if you don't welcome them here at home, that means you got to drive 3.5 hours east to go play them there. I mean, just some travel involved in the Big North. So when you can get a chance to play a Friday night game at home and handle your business, that's good moving forward.
Nothing worse than a 3-hour bus drive to play a basketball game. My goodness gracious. Hey, I want to thanks again to Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services for their support of tonight's broadcast here on 26 Sports and CCTV. Also want to thank Cadillac Tire, High Point Cadillac, GMC, and Pizza Plus for their support. And, of course, we have to make sure we thank the hardest working crew in television. Benjamin Ari was on camera 1 all night. Sean Strachan down on the floor on camera 3. Kaylee Buck on camera 2. And Dakota Pike, the commander, running the show from the director's chair in the truck. Not too cold out there. He was probably all right if I had to guess. Also handling graphics on his own. So running the show completely in the truck tonight. 48-29, your final. The Cadillac Vikings defeat the Gaylord Blue Devils. For Kevin Gregory, I'm Jay Simon. Thanks so much for being with us, folks. We'll see you next time here on 26 Sports.